Shout out to G-Man Boxing.
Alright people, so last night Kell Brook got the fight he wanted, got the win he wanted, beat Amir Khan, and he didn't just beat Amir Khan, he really beat him up. You know, I went back this morning, had a look at this fight again and watched it with the commentary on. Now obviously when I did the watch along, I didn't have the commentary on, and the way Sky made it out was though this was kind of competitive, kind of pretty much the way through. It wasn't. Kell Brook was in control. He was in control from start to finish. And some things come to mind, you know. What's going to happen for both guys? Amir Khan's kind of hinted that he's walking away, you know. So Amir Khan, we'll talk about Khan and Brook kind of more in depth in the live that I'm going to do later. It's on at about 6:30. I'll do that on the channel. We can have a chat there about kind of what each guy, well, more so about Amir Khan. We're going to talk about Kell Brook in this one, but more so about what each guy's going to do. But for Kell Brook, I think this is the perfect way to bow out with a sport. In my opinion, he's made some good money in this fight, very good money. He's got the fight that he's always wanted. He's chased for, well, the best part of a decade. Some will tell you it was more than a decade. And he's won it. And he's not just won it, he's won it in dominating fashion. For me, this is just a great way to say, I've had my day in the sun. I've got the win I wanted. I've got the fight I wanted. You've been good to me boxing. I'll see you later. That's what I think he should do. Now, he was interviewed by Sky subsequently after in the dressing rooms. And he kind of hinted that he would be willing to go in there again against God knows who for the right amount of millions. Blah. Now, I don't like hearing that because I think Kell Brook should quit while he's ahead, personally. I don't see him. And he was on about Ben Shalom, bigging him up. And obviously, Ben Shalom, who does he want Kell Brook in there with? Eubank Jr. at middleweight. I don't like that fight for Kell Brook. I think that he's not a real middleweight. Although Eubank Jr., he's looking better, he's looking improved. He's not a world-class fighter, I don't think anyway. I might say world-class, fringe world-class. He's in and around there. But the weight division's apart. This is an older Kell Brook who's not quite what he was, even though he looked good in there against Amir Khan. I think it was the fact that Khan's regressed something terrible compared to Kell Brook. I think if Kell Brook is there, Khan is there in terms of regression. I thought they were more even, Stephen. They're not. Khan's way down the order. So I wonder, is that gassed Kell Brook to thinking that he's kind of there where he should be? I hope he doesn't take the Eubank fight. Yes, it would be a pay-per-view. Yes, it would give him a lot of money. But it's a fight that I just don't see Kell Brook winning. I wouldn't like to see Kell Brook stick around the boxing. Conor Benn was a name people were talking about. And Eddie Hearn, you know, really shot himself in the foot with this statement when he said both Khan and Brook are finished or past it, but the winner should fight Conor Benn. So you're telling me Conor Benn is ready for world titles, world level fighters. You're telling me Khan and Brook are finished, but Conor Benn should fight them. Get out of here, Eddie. Get out of here. Eddie Hearn is a bit... I think lately Eddie Hearn, and I was talking with Hatman on Discord about this, that we both feel as though Eddie Hearn, although he's a good promoter, and he is, it seems more now he's out of touch with the fans. It's kind of, he really doesn't seem to, like, between, you know, simping for Maya Jama, getting her on, and she's apparently going from the zone, the team he has there, the way he's been, you know, pushing certain fighters, to me it's just like he's out of touch. Well, that's a topic for another video. In terms of Kell Brook, I think he should walk away. In my opinion, I think this is the perfect end to a good career. It's a career that has delivered some good things, but a career that I feel is unfulfilled. I think Kell Brook could have done a lot better than he did. I think he could have done a lot more. I think that there were wins out there, and there was fights out there that he ultimately let slip through his fingers. I mean, Kell Brook against Errol Spence, how good he did at the start of that. If that had been a Kell Brook, maybe who hadn't had the Triple G fight, who had maybe gone down the Jesse Vargas road, God knows how that would have went. If it was a Kell Brook who'd been a bit more disciplined throughout his career, God knows how some of these fights would have went. I still think the Triple G fight was a mistake, but at 147, he could have done a lot of good things, a lot of good things at that weight. He really could have. I personally, as I said, would like to see Kell Brook say, "Babe, I'm done. Into the sunset. He's got the win he's wanted. He's got the fight he's wanted. He's made a lot of money. And I like seeing fighters getting in and getting out before Father Time really catches up with him. You could say Father Time's already caught up with Kell Brook. It just didn't show itself in the Amir Khan fight. If he goes in there against the Eubank, even against Conor Benn, against even someone, maybe even someone like a Keith Thurman, I reckon Father Time will show up and show where he is in terms of Kell Brook. So that's my thoughts on this. Like I said, we could talk about, I'm going to upload this now, but we can talk further about these kind of things in a separate video later on this evening. It's going to go up at about 6:30. It's a separate live stream. We'll do a live at about 6:30. We'll have a chat there. We'll get kind of a little idea of what's going on, and we'll discuss it further there. For now, lads and lassies, I'll leave you with that. Let me know in the comment. Be interested to know in the comment section what you think should happen with Kell Brook next. What you think will happen as opposed to what you think should happen. So I think he should retire. What do I think will happen next? If Shalom opens the briefcase and it's full of money, he's going to fight Eubank Jr. I reckon he will. If the money is there, he will. I hope not. I hope he decides I'm done. But we'll wait and see. For now, lads and lassies, I'll leave you with that. If you could, smash the like button. Yeah, we just passed 6.5k, so we're nearly there at 7k. We're getting there, lads. Getting there. For now, I'll talk to you in a wee bit. Peace.